Alright, what's up guys? Today's the 5th of March, you guys can see there. Okay, and you guys got a grocery shopping video up to 100 likes. So as promised, we're gonna do a full day of eating today. Now first things first, I'm gonna place my macros up here right now. If you guys watched episode 1, if you're not too sure how to calculate your macros, what is your carb intake, fat intake, protein intake, your total calorie intake for the day, check out episode 1, I'm gonna link it up here. Alright, now my total calorie intake for today is 222,222. Okay, our carb intake is 247.5, basically about 247 or 248 grams. Our fat intake is about 60 grams, and our protein intake is going to be about 173 grams. So that's the target for today. Now, I woke up, I was not feeling so well, so I kind of slept in a bit just to make myself feel a little bit better, and I feel so much more better now. So we're gonna get the day started. First meal of the day, I'm gonna get some eggs in, guys. Alright, now you guys can see here, I'm gonna use 2 whole eggs, some baby spinach. So this is the first meal. Let's go. Okay, so go meal number 1. We're gonna use some baby spinach. You can see there. This is the baby spinach that I can use, or another one, the one that I showed you guys in the grocery shopping video. They ran out of that one, so I'm using this. So I normally do about 1 handful. Alright. And I'm gonna toss in 2 eggs in there. So we got the eggs here, pretty simple. And yeah. So I'm gonna saute this right now. You guys can see that. Okay, and I'm gonna toss the eggs in. So we're basically gonna do like a egg omelet with some spinach. Now because I'm kind of rushing right now, typically I would just add some onions and some mushrooms and all that, but since your boy's in a rush because I got work to settle, we're gonna settle with this first right now, okay? And yeah, I'll show you guys how to calculate your macros, everything. So everything will be step by step, so you guys can follow through as well in terms of how I count my macros, how I key everything into like MyFitnessPal, for example, how I track all my calories, my protein intake, fat intake, carb intake for the day, how I measure my food and everything. Alright, everything will be in this video. I'll take you guys through it step by step, like I said. So let's go. Alright, so we just toss the eggs in there together with the spinach. Alright, now in terms of seasonings, what seasonings do I use? Now when it comes to my eggs, I keep it pretty simple. Just garlic powder, salt and pepper. Alright, and the oil that I use for my eggs is typically I use the pan butter spray. Alright, now when it comes to your oil intake and whatnot, right, it depends on you guys. Okay, if you're trying to hit your fat intake, just if you're not able to hit it with like your foods and whatnot, then you can use olive oil, coconut oil will hit. Right now, because I know this food has about eggs are pretty high in fat as well, so sorry guys about that. Okay, and so I would recommend to just literally, depends on you guys. If you're trying to hit your fat intake, like I said, you can't really hit it from your whole foods, then use your oil. Okay, right now I'm going with the PAM spray, like I said, 0 calories, so I'm gonna stick with that. And I'm gonna wait for the eggs to be done, then I'll show you guys how I count my macros. Alright guys, so together with my eggs, I'm gonna have this protein spread. This is the milk chocolate. This is the white chocolate flavor from my protein. This thing is amazing. Like I've told you guys so many times, even on the gram. And we're gonna do 2 wholemeal bread, 2 slices. So pretty simple. Then get 2 slices out. Alright. Chocolate spread. Put it on the scale, alright guys. So make sure you have like a food scale. So I use a food scale for literally all of my foods. That's how you measure it, to get it as accurate as possible is one thing, but just so that you track everything, so you understand, you educate yourself in terms of how much you're supposed to be eating based on your body type towards like whatever goal that you've set for yourself. Alright, so got the white spread here. Okay, now first things first, a lot of people get confused. How do you measure this kind of thing? So simple. You put the white chocolate spread on it, alright, then you switch it on. It'll show you here 0. So when you actually take the chocolate spread out, it shows you negative over here, guys. Alright, I'll show you guys in a bit. Let me just do it for you. So we're gonna do 10 grams per slice of bread. Oh, that's a bit high. 10 grams. We're just gonna spread it nice and wide. Alright, so let me show you guys for example. So you guys can see over there, right there. Okay, negative 10 grams, that's per serving. So I'm gonna do another 10 more grams. So we're gonna get negative 20 grams, alright? That's how you actually measure your, if you're using peanut butter or whatever that's in a jar. Some people tend to get really confused and then they just tend to, literally I've seen my brother do this before. He would take and then he would put it on a plate over here. Like, that's just a lot of energy being wasted. All you can do is just this, simple as that, alright guys? Put you back in the center. It's annoying. Yep. Oh. Shit. Alright. Negative 21 grams, it's just 1 gram over, so it's okay, you know, it's not too bad. So yeah. Alright, so we're gonna have 2 slices of bread. You can't waste any grams, guys, okay? Alright guys, so we just got done with the coffee. Now, this is the flavor drops that I'm using. This is from My Protein. If you guys don't want to use sugar, or you just don't want to take or consume any kind of sugar or whatnot, trust me, get this flavor drops, guys. Literally, link in bio, My Protein. Use the discount code BRA. Insane levels of discount, but that's not the key point here. The key point is this is insane. This tastes literally like those vanilla syrup that you get from Starbucks and whatnot. So trust me, just get this. About 3 to 4 drops of this is more than enough. And it's the best part. You can't see it here, okay, but it's 0 calories, alright? So now I'm gonna show you guys how I calculate my first meal. Alright guys, so how you measure your food is pretty simple. I'm gonna open up MyFitnessPal for y'all so you guys can also, I'll walk you guys through it, okay, pretty simple. Alright, so first things first, we've got our 2 whole eggs, so I'm gonna add that into my breakfast. Let's search for eggs. Now you typically want to look for the verified ones, the ones with a green tick. Now if they don't have the green tick, try to find something where they are all pretty similar in terms of numbers and just stick to that. If you want to double check, you can always go on Google, just type out egg nutrition facts, or it depends on whatever you're searching for, okay? Now we've got 2 whole eggs. So 2 eggs, let's stick that in. I typically do not count my vegetables. I don't count my spinach, my broccoli, asparagus and whatnot, because to me vegetables are very nutrient dense, so there's no need for me to really count it. I'm not competing or anything like that. I'm doing this for a fat loss phase and whatnot, and of course I want to get shredded, but it's not like a competition or anything like that. So I'm not really going that detailed in, all the way in, I guess. For the normal or average person like you and me, this is more than good enough, alright? 2 whole eggs. Now we've got 2 slices of bread, so we need wholemeal gardenia. Let me see, where's my wholemeal bread gardenia? Right here. Now we need 2 slices, so that's just there. You can see serving size is 2 slices right up here. Alright, number of servings is 1 because we're only having 2 slices. So let's stick that in. Alright, and then for the white chocolate spread, right? My protein, so you guys can see I've got so much of stuff here. Protein spread, milk chocolate flavor right there. So you guys saw I did about basically 10 grams for one bread, 11 on the other. So it was a total of 21 grams. Pretty simple as that. And that's it. So you can see my breakfast, 451 calories, eggs 185, wholemeal and all that. So simple as that. You can see my goal at the top there is also 2222. So that's meal number 1. So right now I'm about to train one of my clients right now. So I've got a virtual client. So I'll check in with you guys in the next meal. So let's go. Alright guys, what's up? So we just got done training with arms, literally shoulders, biceps and triceps, man. So I'm trying to bring back the arm size as well. Right now you can see the time, it's about 7:10 p.m. So the only meal I've had so far today is just the eggs, the bread and the coffee, as you guys saw. So first things first, I don't follow a specific meal timing. The goal is to make sure you get your total calorie intake, macro intake, protein, carbs and fats by the end of the day before you go to sleep, alright? So meal timing doesn't really matter in that sense. However, if you have gastric issues, if you have a sensitive tummy and all this, you want to make sure your gut system just gets used to a certain timing, then you try to fix your meals around a specific timing, okay? Me, I eat according to my convenience because my work is such. So right now, literally, I had back-to-back clients. The weather was so shitty till like there was so much delays everywhere. So that's fine. Right now, my next meal is going to be this Impact Whey Protein from My Protein. Alright, anything My Protein, link in the description as always. Alright, use code KIRTAN. Trust me, you will save more than 50% off. Like literally, I'm not even kidding. Just go try it out, trust me, okay? Now, we're gonna do 2 scoops of protein right now. 2 scoops of whey tends to give me about close to 40 plus grams of protein. Now, 1 scoop is not exactly based on the serving that's written at the back here. It's slightly more. So I'll show you guys right now my MyFitnessPal once I key it in. Alright, so we're gonna do 2 scoops of whey. Let me put this in. And then we're gonna do 1 scoop of creatine monohydrate, okay? I get a lot of questions again as always. When should you take creatine and all that? You can take creatine literally any time of the day, it doesn't really matter. 3 to 5 grams a day. If you're training, it has shown that it can really improve your performance in terms of endurance, in terms of strength. Like I said before, creatine, just because you take it, don't expect to see like 5 to 10 extra reps out of nowhere. Just remember, you're probably going to have a slight amount of energy levels to help you push maybe another half reps. But if you look at it in terms of the long term, every time you're able to do slightly more, you recover, you're just going to get better and better at what you do, alright? So 2 scoops of whey, I'm going to put in some water here. Alright, some balanced water here. And that's it, man, simple as that, okay? So I'm going to key it in right now for you guys, so y'all can see my macros as well. Alright, so normally I tend to just go on the snacks. Now this one is, okay, for example, I'll show you guys how to basically just scan the barcode right now. Literally as simple as that, alright? So you can see the serving size is stated at 100 grams. Now, typically when I do 2 scoops, it actually comes up to about 60 grams, right? Even though at the back here it's stated that serving size is 25, when I do 1 whole scoop, it tends to come 30. So I'm doing 2, so it's going to come 60 grams instead. You can see 45 grams of protein, 4.3 fat, 4.7 carbs, 237 calories, okay? That's about it for this meal. So yeah, simple as that, guys. Now we're gonna go home. This should last me about an hour and a half, and then we're gonna cook our next meal. We're gonna probably have a decent amount of carbs. We're gonna have rice, chicken, probably some vegetables as well. And yeah, start checking the jars at home. Let's go. Alright, what's up, guys? So we're about to cook in the next meal. Let me show you guys what time it is, man. I'm starving. It's literally 10. It's 10 PM, okay? I had so much work to do. I just got done with my work. Now, first things first that we're gonna have, we're gonna cook some chicken breast, okay? We've got some white rice in there as well, which I'm gonna show you guys how much I'm gonna take. This looks amazing. I can't eat that, so that's that. Alright, so if you live at home with your parents, Indian household especially, the food is amazing, right? But you can't have it when you're dieting, okay? That's just, we gotta stay disciplined. That's why we're building the discipline here, okay? So, next meal, basically grilled chicken. I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. White rice, and probably some veggies. That's about it. Pretty simple, because I'm starving and I don't really have the time and patience to cook too much right now. So, let's go, let's go, let's go. Alright guys, so I've cleaned the chicken up. You guys can see that, okay? This is chicken fillets. You can use chicken breast also, up to you. I use both of it every here and then I switch it up, okay? So, I'm gonna do 250 grams of raw chicken breast. So let's get that in. Alright, nice. On the dot, I'm gonna show you guys. So we got 252 grams of raw chicken breast. Okay, and then what we're gonna do right now, I'm gonna season it. Okay, now what I do, my seasonings, pretty simple. Mixed herbs, garlic powder, Mexican chili, paprika ground, salt and black pepper. Alright, I'm gonna use a little bit of olive oil, so We got olive oil here. I normally use about 3 to 5 grams, depending on how much of chicken I'm using. Alright. I got about 5 grams. Alright, so I'm gonna put some black pepper in there. In terms of the seasonings, you guys can go, don't go too heavy, don't go too light, because flavor is everything, right? So go in moderation. This is 250 grams of raw chicken breast, so it's a lot, so I'm gonna go pretty heavy on the seasonings, bro. Alright, garlic powder, sprinkle that shit in there. Mexican chili, add that spice, paprika ground. Those. That's it. It's as simple as that, alright? You guys can see it right here, man. So, time to, you know, I'm gonna put it in the pan, let's go. Alright guys, so the chicken is done, bro. Looks amazing. Okay, now I got the food scale here. We're gonna do about 200 grams of white rice because I feel like I want to save some carbs for some bread later, because we got a Chelsea game later, bro, so I need some snacks in my hand, so we're gonna do some carbs later as well. So I don't really want to hit all my carbs yet. 175. Almost there, bro. 5 more grams, 5 more grams. Yeah. Shit, that's a bit extra. Okay, on the top, bro. 199 grams of white rice. Simple. Alright, for sauces. Now, I typically use sriracha all the time, bro. When I'm dieting, sriracha is absolutely amazing. 0 calories as well. I'm gonna open this up. Good amount. Then maybe almost all out. A bit more. Alright guys, so this is meal number 3. Basically the first meal was the eggs, coffee, bread. Meal number 2 was my protein shake. Meal number 3, okay, I wanted to cook some vegetables, but bro, it's literally 10:31. I am starving. I can't take it. I need to eat first, alright? So I'm gonna key into my fitness pal right now for you guys. So let's go through it together, step by step. I'm gonna put this as my lunch. Rice. So white medium rare cooked. We did basically 200 grams, so 2 servings of that. Raw chicken breast. Let's see, for raw, no skin. We did 2.5, 250 grams. Alright, simple as that. That's about it. Okay, dinner, my match time, that's when we're gonna do it. Okay, which is aka is gonna be, let's see how much macros we hit so far. 130 grams of protein, 95 carbs. Okay, we've got lots of carbs to hit. 33 grams of fat. So yeah, that's how it's looking right now. So we're gonna do some bread later as well, I think. So yeah. Alright, now we're going to do another snack. Alright guys, so I'm going to do this protein bake cookie from My Protein. Now I normally rarely have stuff like this, rarely honestly, but because today I've had such a long day, like most of my food is towards pretty late at night, I still got a lot of macros to hit, which I'm struggling to hit because it's pretty late. I've just ate my rice and chicken and I'm already like super full, but I need to hit my macros. I'm trying my best. So I'm gonna get this in super easy. Gonna put the macros up right here for you guys. Alright. And yeah, I'm gonna add it to MyFitnessPal. Literally a great protein snack, high protein, pretty high carbs this one though. Pretty decent amount of fat. So yeah, we're gonna watch the Chelsea game, bro. prediction, bro?
I think tutu lah.
Alright guys, so we're about to do some peanut butter right now. You guys can see Jeff, okay? And I've got 3 slices of bread right here. So we're gonna do one whole serving. One whole serving is about 33 grams. Alright. Can you come in? Let's show them the other side. Alright guys, so we're just taking the peanut butter out there. You can see negative 14. So normally I do about negative 16 per bread, which is half a serving. Alright, so you can see half a serving here. And then what I typically do is this. They scored.
Who scored?
Chelsea scored, bro. Alright guys, so I've got 33 grams here. Okay, I'm gonna put the macros up for you guys in a bit. Guys, you know what? I'll give it a pause, okay? Just give me a second, I'll be back. Alright guys, what's up? So I'm about to have my final meal of the day, okay? You can literally see the time right now, it's 1:18 AM. Now, while we're gonna have final meal, I need to hit my carbs still. So I'm gonna do some oats. This is the oats that I use, Quaker instant oats, okay? I already have it in here. You guys can check that out. Alright, so what we're gonna do, you're gonna do 50 grams of oats to help me hit my carbs because I'm kinda under my carbs today. And we're gonna do half a serving of peanut butter, just half a serving. Alright, so what I'm doing right now is because with the oats and the peanut butter, I'm going to be able to hit my protein intake for the day. But unfortunately, my carbs I can't really hit right now because I had such a, I'm not going to say late start to the day, but by the time I had my first meal in, it's much more later than I normally would. The reason being is because of my work today. It is what it is, so this is how I diet flexibly. If it fits your macros, IIFYM, if it fits your macros, simple as that. Alright, now how you play with your macros is very simple. Let's just say if you're struggling to hit your calories throughout the day, right? You're struggling to hit your carbs or your fats in specific, right? The main goal, the moment when you're dieting, stick to your caloric intake. That's the most important thing. So your protein intake, try to keep it as fixed as possible. Don't really play around your protein intake. My protein intake right now, after if I add this too, I'll show you guys in a bit, alright? But it should be about 170 to 172, 3 grams of protein. My carbs and my fats will fluctuate here and there. So therefore, what I tend to do is I try to hit my caloric intake. But what I do, if I can't hit my carb intake, I try to basically replace my carb intake by using my fat intake instead. And I tend to play around with my diet like that a lot. That's just how I do it, and that is something you can try as well. So for example, let's just say you are going out and eating today and you have work, you're working with clients, you've got like a lunch meeting or whatnot. First of all, plan ahead, prepare your food ahead. If you don't have that kind of time or you can't really make time for that, or things just happen unexpectedly like how it did to me for today, then this is how another way that you can play around, rotate with your food. Fix your protein intake, play around with your carbs and fats, alright? Remember, 1 gram of carb and 1 gram of protein is 4 calories. 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. So whenever you miss out a single gram of carb, basically missing out on 1 or 2 grams of carbs basically is going to give you about close to 1 gram of fat, right? So that's just how you play with it. That's how I do it, okay? So first things first, I'm going to measure this out. 50 grams of oats. That's 49, 50, alright, nice, right on the dot. Alright, so how I do my oats, pretty simple guys, okay, this thing is magic right now. You can see the oats in there, right? So I'm going to put in some hot water, you guys can see it, yeah. So I'm going to put some hot water there, and I'll show you guys how I do my oats. Alright, so we got some hot water in there, you guys can see, okay. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to get my peanut butter, you can see you're going to set it to 0. Now I'm going to take basically about 16 to 17, oh, okay, I thought I got it on the dot right there. 16 grams, so that's half a serving right there. I'm gonna mix it up with my oats. Trust me, okay, don't knock it till you try it. You need to try your oats like this. Put some peanut butter in there. Now it's gonna be a bit like pretty, like the texture is gonna be really like rough right now. So what you're gonna do once you do that, what you're gonna do, we're gonna put in another 120 ml of water. Alright. Okay. Get the water in there. Alright, so letting it sit after 5 minutes, you can see the texture now. It's much more better. It's much more easier for me to eat. Now the key ingredient, bruh. This is the one. If you guys checked out the grocery shopping video, I told you guys to get this one. Sugar-free maple syrup. Look at the macros in here. Insane. Look at that per serving, alright. Serving size is 35 ml. Per serving is 20 calories, less than 1 gram of carbs, literally zero fat, zero protein, zero everything. Okay, so what we're gonna do. Now, I do measure this normally. So 35 ml basically is a direct conversion to about 35 grams. But I'm not gonna do 35 grams, it's a little too much for me. So I normally just tend to do about 20. Okay, 22, but it's okay, bruh. They're good because, like I said, 0 calories. And then you're just gonna mix this up. And trust me, this tastes amazing when you're dieting. Literally amazing. Alright, so I'm about to have this meal in right now. I'm gonna put in the macros for you guys right about now. Alright guys, so I'm gonna key in the macros right now on MyFitnessPal so you guys can check it out as well. So first things first, instant oats, Quaker right there, 50 grams, take a tick on that. And then we're gonna add the peanut butter Jif. So we only did half a serving here, so let's change the serving size to 0.5. Alright. And our Queen's maple syrup. Sugar-free maple syrup. So we did basically 22 ml. You can see that 0.6 grams of carbs right on the dot. Bedtime, remember. Bruh, that's my bedtime. So, nutrition wise, you guys can see my macros for the day. Protein, 172 grams. Carbs, 20 grams, alright? So I missed out my carbs by about 27-ish grams. And my fat is 77 when it's supposed to be basically 60 grams, okay? Now, pretty simple like what I told you. So again, if you guys are out there, if you're struggling, let's just say to hit your carb intake, or you're struggling, like in my case today was carb intake, right? But if let's just say I was struggling to hit my fat intake, I would try to replace it with my carb intake instead, okay? Now, on top of that, what I want you guys to know is that, again, this is basically flexible dieting at its best. You saw how my schedule is and all that, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys out there can relate as well. This is me being extremely transparent with you guys. I'm not going to sit here and cook my broccoli, chicken and rice and try to pretend like that's the perfect diet. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as the perfect diet, the best diet, no. Find what works for you. This kind of diet literally works wonders for me because this diet literally revolves around my lifestyle in terms of what I do for a living. You see, like how I'm always moving up and about, in and here, and literally going up and down everywhere. So I try to be as flexible as possible. That's the first thing. Second thing, right now we're in week 4 of the diet, which is a Saturday, which is the end of week 4. Tomorrow is already the week 5, basically on Monday's week 5, right? As we get deeper into this diet, deeper into this cut, the diet will get stricter. Alright, we're not there yet, but it is going to get stricter. Once we hit about week 6, 7, 8, things are going to get a lot more stricter. We're not going to be super flexible anymore. The reason being is because my goal is to get shredded. And when you want to get shredded, yes, you can be flexible, but you want to get like from a 15% to a 30%, you can be pretty flexible. 13 to 10%, you can be pretty flexible. From 10 to 8, things are going to get tougher. You're going to need to sacrifice certain things, and that's exactly what we need to do. Right now, we're still pretty early on, like what I mentioned to you guys as well, okay? So, basically, my total calorie intake for the day was supposed to be 2222. We basically hit it at about 2270. So, we did have a slight surplus, but it's okay, it's fine, nothing too much to be worried about for myself as well, because it's perfectly fine for me, okay? And like I said, today was just that one out of like these rare days, okay? Most of my days, I easily hit my protein super early on because of my lunch, dinner and whatnot. I literally had my first meal today at 12, and I typically have my first meal literally at 11, my second meal by 4, my third meal by like 8, 9 or 10, you know. So today was just one days where I just had super late meals, but it is what it is. So I'm being really transparent with you guys, alright? If you guys are enjoying the content so far, if you guys learned a thing or two, please give the video a thumbs up, man. As always, truly appreciate all the love and support. Alright, the goal here is to get shredded, bruh. Alright, it's not just me. I'm sharing all this information with you guys out there so that you guys can actually apply it as well. Understand one thing, dieting takes time. Okay, when you are literally dieting, you're trying to drop your body fat, especially if you're someone who's doing it for the first time. Your body has never been into this kind of territory before. It's never been into those body fat levels before. It's completely new for you. So give it some time. It will take time. Be patient. Trust the process. That's the most important thing. Trust, assess, look at how your physique is developing. If it's not, make changes. If it is, if what works for you, then stick to it. There's no need to change it, right? So that's how we are working right here. Pretty simple. Alright, so this is just a full day of eating like version 1. I'm definitely going to do more for you guys because like I said, the diet will get stricter, and as things get stricter, my calories are going to be much more lesser. My carbs are going to drop. My fat is going to drop. So of course my diet is going to change over time as well over the next 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, alright? So if you guys are enjoying this content, if possible, let's get this video to 100 likes, man. If you guys get this video to 100 likes literally, then I know you guys love the full day of eating kind of video. I will do another one where the literally diet gets a bit more stricter, hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks, okay? Mo Salah almost got, bruh. Alright, so I'm about to enjoy my final meal of the day. It's already 1:30 AM. It's basically really past my bedtime right now. So I'm gonna get this in, and I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Thank you guys so much for the love and support, man. Let's fucking get shredded, bruh. The shreds, baby. Let's go.